My neighbor said it was a fox. He said that foxes scream like women. But he didn't look at me when he said it. The next morning, the cottage down the road was empty. But that's not the part that scares me. The first time I hear her crying, I convince myself it's the wind. Our house sits at the edge of a field where the land sinks into bog and fog rolls in like it's searching for something. Wind moves strangely here. It slips through old stone walls and hedges that shouldn't still be standing. So when the sound comes, thin, distant, almost careful, I don't sit up. I let it pass. That's my mistake. The second time I am awake, it's after midnight. The house is quiet in that deep way that makes every small sound feel important. I'm staring at the ceiling when the crying returns. Longer this time, slower. It isn't a scream. It's grief being drawn out of someone, little by little, the way breath leaves a chest when you're trying not to make a noise. It's coming from outside. I can't stop breathing and wait for it to end. It doesn't. The sound rises and falls, uneven, deliberate. It doesn't carry across the field. It feels close. Like it's meant for someone who's listening carefully. I don't wake anyone. I don't know why. The next morning, I asked the neighbor across the road if he heard anything strange during the night. He hesitates before answering. Says it was probably a fox. Foxes scream, he tells me. They sound awful. He doesn't look at me when he says it. That night, she's closer. I'm standing at the sink when it starts again, right outside the window. Low, trembling. It presses against the glass, against my ribs. And then something shifts. Not words, not sound. Direction. I realize the crying isn't for me. I turn and look out into the field. She's standing at the far edge where the grass thins and the ground turns dark. Pale, motionless. Her hair hangs loose, moving even though the air is still. Her mouth is already open when I see her, as if she's been crying long before I thought to look. She isn't facing my house. She's looking at the small cottage down the road, the one with the light that's always on late, the one where someone is always awake, moving from room to room. Her mouth opens wider. The sound deepens, not louder, heavier. It settles in my chest until I have to sit down. She isn't calling. She's waiting. The crying lasts a long time that night, longer than before. When it finally stops, the silence feels wrong, too sudden, like something has finished. The next morning, the cottage is dark. No light in the window, no movement, no smoke from the chimney. Days pass. No one comes or goes. The door stays shut. The curtains never move. People start speaking in low voices. Someone says maybe they left. Someone else says the post hasn't been collected. Eventually, the door is opened. I don't go close enough to see inside. I don't need to. The men who do don't speak when they come back out. After that, the house stays empty. No one will say what happened. Not exactly. There was no funeral, No explanation, just absence. Just a house that feels wrong to look at. And she never comes back. Weeks pass, then months. But sometimes, late at night, when the fog rolls in thick and the wind disappears completely, I find myself holding my breath. Because now I understand something I didn't before. She doesn't scream to warn. She screams to mark the moment someone is no longer meant to be here. And one night, when the fog presses low and the field goes still, I'll look out into the dark, and she won't be facing down the road. She'll be facing my house.